Alrighty then.
Welcome to Outdoor Fun.
Alrighty then, I'm going to be doing some the insulated skirting. I'm going to start it today. I still have to go back and get some plywood. I didn't pick it up today. I wanted to kind of experiment first with the framing, making sure that the 2x2 choice that I'm using is going to be strong enough. I'm pretty sure it is. And I also want to, I got the Reflectix, and I'm going to see how that goes on. So, and I've got a couple other things that I've kind of learned from watching some other YouTube channels. Boss of the Swamp, he was kind of the original guy that did this method. And then Kyle's Cabin, he just skirted his cabin I think last year, and he did it the way I think I'm going to do it. I don't really want to get back under the cottage and put that Reflectix on the other side of the framing. I know I won't get as much of an R value. I'll probably get the minimum of 3. And then the wood itself, the 1/2 inch is like 0.6 or 0.7. So, but I mean, the reality is those windows that I have, that's a single pane. That's only an R value. It's like 1-ish. Now new windows will be a lot better. I'll probably get probably dual pane. I don't know if I need to get triple pane because there's other spots where I'm going to have leaks. This is really just to make things a bit more comfortable. It's so that I don't get as much heat loss in the wintertime, and I can retain some of the coolness in the summertime. I'm not trying to make this, you know, a perfect house. This is still a cottage. The total project cost is maybe going to be about $500. It's going to be all basically my own labor, so it's not a big deal. I'm just looking forward to doing this. I think it's going to make a big difference, especially when I come up. I can come up for 3 or 4 days, and I know that, you know, middle of the next day it's not going to be freezing inside. You know, it's going to basically, that heat loss is going to be it's going to be reduced. It's not going to be zero, right? When you have exposed air, like, right, there's going to be some thermal resistance there, which is going to help lessen that heat loss. So, you know, it might take a couple of days, you know, maybe even 3 days. I'm going to actually experiment. I'm going to use my Wi-Fi and my camera, and I'm going to put it onto you know, the thermostat, and I'm going to actually watch the temperature and see how, like, after I've been here and it's minus 20 out, you know, how long does it take for it to, you know, inside to lose all that heat. So that's going to be a cool experiment this winter, so stay tuned for that as well. Anyway, I want to just show you all the different pieces that I have today. I'm going to show them right now. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, here we go. So I've got this foam board, and really this is, I'll show you. I'm going to basically, the bottom where it's touching the ground, I'm going to put a little layer of that, and then the 2x2s will be pushing down on that, and just in case there's any heaving, it'll push up and it'll compress this stuff rather than push you know, the wood. That's kind of what they suggested doing in the other video, so I'm going to try that as well. What else do I have? There's my Reflectix, and I've got some spray foam insulation. I'm going to put that, I'll show you, but I'm going to put it basically where the blocks are, right? You know, because there's going to be a little bit of potential gap there. I've got my different screws, my Reflectix tape for taping it together. I've got a new stapler for stapling the Reflectix to my 2x2 framing. So anyway, I'm going to get started, and I'll kind of, oh yeah, and I've got my rake here somewhere, because I'm going to pull back the gravel, push some of it forward and pull some of it back, and when I place this down, it'll have a nice little bed, and then later on, when everything's done, I'm just going to backfill up against it. So right at the beginning, you'll probably see this, but it's going to get backfilled with gravel. So I think that'll help. Anyway, stay tuned. All right, let's see how this goes. a tree root there. $46. Let's see what that looks like when I cut it. Helps if aim the camera in the right direction. Watch this. I'm just gonna go get one more layer. Stay tuned. Just gotta get that dug down just a little bit better. All right, I gotta take a few measurements and just to kind of figure out what I need. Let me just go get my tape measure and take a few measurements. All right, so 46, 46, 16. So I'm gonna take into account an inch and a half. Inch and a half is 3, so 13 inches will be my my middle ones. Let me go cut those and I'll bring them over. Stay tuned. All right, let's go take a look. Awesome. Actually, that works out really well because my Reflectix is 16 inches and I want to use my 4x8 sheets of plywood. I want to do those into 16-inch pieces. So I get 3 out of that. So there's a lot of noise in the background, some chainsaw action going on. But I think what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to build these into little frames, like a little picture frame. And I'll screw that all together. And I'm going to cut a couple more middle braces, and then I'll come back, and what I'm going to do is level out. I just need to put some more of that gravel under that one side. That one side is a little bit low. I'll bring that up, and then I'll put it in there so it's nice and snug, and then I'm going to see what the Reflectix looks like. Stay tuned. That's just a little trick. Flip it over on its side, screw them in, flip it back over, and then screw them into the other pieces. All right, I'll take this over and let's see what it looks like over there. Stay tuned. Alrighty, I think what I'll do is I'll put 4 screws and I'll screw that right up. and then I'll make the adjustment to the to that styrofoam underneath it. I think now I know why Kyle's cabin, why he framed it first, then he stuck the styrofoam underneath it, and he basically just used a shovel to kind of to bring out the material just enough to get the styrofoam in there. So anyway, let's see what this looks like. I didn't check my shim. The corner shim is just a little bit in the way. I'm gonna go get a saw. I'm just gonna cut that. Just stay tuned. Alrighty, haven't used this saw in a long time, but it'll work fine. And I'm thirsty. Cheers. Oh, put that right there. Stay tuned. I'm hearing something at the road. Nah, it was nothing. It's pretty cool. Let me show you a closer view. It's a little tough on the knees down here, so I thought I had knee pads out here, but they must be at home. I should have just picked up a pair today when I went to Home Hardware. Yeah, that looks really good. So what I need to do now is frame a piece here so I can get the reflectix to come right across, and then my plywood will just come straight across here. And then I'll have to do the same over here. I'll put another one of these frames. So basically all I'm going to be doing is just a number of frames. Yeah, this is going to work out really well. And I was thinking about putting maybe having to put some spray foam along this block, because I was thinking about putting a piece of wood there, but I don't think I need to. I think it's going to be pretty darn good. If there's any gaps, then I'll spray foam the gaps from the outside. But I think that looks pretty good. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's very solid too. Like it can easily hold 1/2 inch plywood, and it's very easy. I'm just basically gonna make a series of these frames and then just cut the plywood and cut the reflectix. Oh, this is awesome. Very cool. Now I guess I have to calculate what I need to pick up tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, this is really good. I'm pretty pleased with this. I might have to move. No, I won't. Because I remember I checked that. So I'll be able to put a piece of wood right there. And that'll be my surface. I should have something at the bottom as well. So maybe I'll put a piece of wood there. I might have to just trim the edge so that it comes flush, because this plywood needs to nail into this. So this needs to come out just a little bit here. There. So that, because I just made sure that this was flush with this. So I think it'll work out just perfect. Awesome. All right. Well, let me just see what the reflectix looks like. Although I don't, oh shoot, you know what? I won't need to, no, maybe I'll cut a piece and staple it just to see what it looks like. I've got the tape, so anywhere I have a gap, I can just tape the gap. Yeah, actually what I'll do is I'll put a piece of wood here first. All right, stay tuned. Alrighty then, well, I ran into a bit of a snag. I'll have to show you. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get down under the cottage to fix this though. Anyway, you can see I don't have, unlike there, I've got a header to screw into. I don't have a header here to screw into, right? All I have is this piece of plywood that's screwed into this guy. So I need to extend this header down, which I can do. What I can do is use a 2x4 like this, bring a 2x4, just like that, screw that into the wall, and then I'll be able to put my little 2x2 right up against that. That'll be my my header. So I'll just have to go. I'll just get some basic 2x4, not pressure treated, and I'll screw them into this that outside plywood, and then I'll put my 2x2s. So it just means I gotta get under here just to screw these, make this artificial header for myself. Anyway, stay tuned. Check this big ass thing out. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait till I get more framing material. So what I'll do is I'll get the regular wood now as well, 2x4s. I'll extend that header down. I'll buy more 2x2s, and then I'll be able to do the same thing. I'll do frame, instead of it being 46 inches, looks like there's gonna be 2 big frames. I'll probably, I don't know, whatever that gap is, I'll do half and half. It looks like it's about 10. It's probably 9 feet or 10 feet because it's 25 by 25. And the concrete pads are pretty big. They're 2 feet, I think. 2 or 3 feet. So 3, 6, 9, 25, 14, 2 7s or 2 8s, depending on my math. But I'll measure that tomorrow. And I am just going to take the Reflectix and just staple it on here just to see how it staples on. But I won't really do any more today. Tomorrow is going to be go and get all the wood I need. I got to do some calculations, figure out what I need. Although I don't need to get it all at once. I'm going to do this project just like I did the the leveling, the raising and leveling. I'm going to do this probably over a few episodes. I probably won't bore you with all of it, but the fun parts of it I will, and then I'll just kind of show the progress as it's going. Anyway, let me grab the Reflectix. Stay tuned, we'll see what that looks like. Alrighty. Staple that I got for that little stapler, wrong size. Anyway, I've got this old stapler. I'm going to use that. I'll get some better staples tomorrow. Let me show you closer. Yeah, alrighty, so that's just the basic idea. So this will get stapled on, and then the piece of plywood will get stapled or get screwed into the plywood. I just need to mark where it gets screwed to. Actually, it'll be very easy because I'll be able to, although I'm at the top, and then I'll be able to kind of just go above the styrofoam. Actually, this is going to be a lot easier. I was thinking about doing each of these things first by themselves and then doing this frame, but I think the frame thing works perfect, and then I could just go the Reflectix all around the edges of that, all around it, and then I should be able to almost use a whole roll, maybe just a couple of cuts here and there, and then use the tape wherever I cut it. Anyway, this is great. I'm going to figure out what I need for wood for tomorrow, and I'll go and get everything I need. Take the trailer in. I'll do that after pickleball, and then I'll come back, and I'll probably, my goal tomorrow is going to be to frame this and then all along the side here, well, behind that door where I had that issue with the header, but I'll create that header. That way, you know, I get the dirty job out of the way, and then the rest of it should be just like the front will have a good header, just like here. So, and then I have to figure out what I'm doing under the cottage. I may skirt just along this wall because it's all insulated. As you get into the porch isn't insulated. So I may just leave the porch alone and then just have it as a storage area. And I will make a couple of entrances, or maybe just one entrance, just like Kyle's cabin did. And I might do that here, and I might do one in the front. I also need access to the hot water drain, so I'll have to do something there. So anyway, stay tuned. There's lots to work on. See ya. Alrighty then, day 2. All right, insulated skirting. Went into Perth, got a bunch of stuff. Let me show you what I got. Stay tuned. Alrighty, I've got some basic 2x4s. I'm going to screw those in along the side to create a header. And I got more of the 2x2s for my framing, and then I got my 4x8 sheets of plywood. I've got a little setup here to do some cutting. I'll have another setup kind of at the cottage front where I'll probably do a little bit of work as well. Anyway, stay tuned. Alrighty then, for that work with the 2x4s, I need two sections that are just over 12 feet. I'm gonna pre-screw them, and then I'm gonna go under the cottage and then screw them in, and then that will give me the header that I need to put my 2x2s. Anyway, let's do that right now. I'll do the rest, and then I'll show you me screwing them under the cottage. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. See how this looks. All right, that turned out all right. What I'm gonna do then is I'll do the other three, and then I'll just kind of show you what it looks like underneath it. I just got to make a couple of cuts. Got to get the right measurement for that 12. So stay tuned. Alrighty then, that was a little harder than I thought. It's tough getting under here. Anyway, let me just show you. That's basically the new header. It goes all the way across on both sides. That's the first side. And there's the second side. So now I have a place for my 2x2s to screw into. Whew, I had to use a longer screw than I originally had planned to really get a good connection. Anyway, next step is to frame out some more of these 2x2s, and we'll see how that looks. Stay tuned. First things first, I need a break. Cheers. Oh, check this out. Knee pads. Man, they make a huge difference. Oh, that water's good. Oh, I'm gonna have to go for a swim after. Have a beer. Anyway, stay tuned. I'm gonna go measure out what I need for the 2x2 framing. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, so I did one 8-foot section, and now I'm doing the other one, which is it's a little bit of a different angle. It's 2 feet and then 40.5 inches to the end where the block's in the way, and then two 13.5 inch. I'm going 16.5 inch this time instead of 16. I don't know. It's just it's a little bit. I could have even gone more. The problem is my reflectix is only 16 inches, and I'm just going to backfill the 16 inches. It's pretty much perfect anyway. I could make the plywood go a little bit lower, but I don't think I'll bother. Now just pre-drill three screws, and that'll be used to screw it into the wall, and then I'll put a couple screws between them. Anyway, I'll show you that in 2 seconds. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, let's just see if that fits. Not bad. Let me show you. All right, I thought I'd get a little bit further, but I didn't, but that's okay. That looks pretty good. You can see I'm going to be able to put the styrofoam under there, the reflectix. I'll be able to come right around, wrap it, and then cut my plywood. Not going to do any more today. I think I'm happy with this. I think tomorrow I'll finish that. It's about 12.5 feet, 13 feet, 12, just over 12 feet. I'll do that, frame that, then I'll run the reflectix that I have 25 feet of it, and then I will cut the plywood and basically put this whole whole side of the cottage. And then I'll get some more Reflectix and some more of this foam board, styrofoam board. And yeah, this is great. So anyway, I'll show the rest of it tomorrow. Hopefully it turns out as good as I think it will. Stay tuned. Alrighty then. Cheers. Oh yeah. Miller Lite. Miller Lite. Yeah, I've been looking forward to that all day. Anyway, like I said, I'll finish the rest of that side tomorrow. I'm actually really excited to put up the Reflectix and to put the plywood up. This is going to be a good project. I think it's going to take me 4 weeks. I'm just going to do a little bit each week because I still want to do other things. So, and I have a couple other projects. I have 2 roofs I have to fix. The roof on my wood shed and the old kids fort. Anyway, I'll do those after. Oh, and I might even build a little like a little mini garage for my ATV that's off the bunkie. Anyway, that's another thing I'm thinking about doing. So, nothing but projects. Lots of fun. Cheers. See ya.
Thanks for watching. See ya.